I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, yeah. Baby, I'm bad.
Well, hello, one, and hello, all. Welcome to, hey, there we go. Is that my own message popping up this late into the thing? That's crazy. That's wild. Why is that just now popping up? I sent that so long ago. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Joystick Jamboree of Thumbstick Thursday, where we play whatever the heck we want and kind of have fun doing it. So, you are watching Mechanic TTV. All right, let's go ahead and just jump right into this, guys. I'm kind of feeling a little chill. Obviously, you know, the first stream of the day, sometimes I'm still kind of taking my usual 9 hours to get my energy going. So, yeah, we're doing that. We are in the process of scouting things out for our first ever grind. We're starting, we agreed that we would start a grind after our first ever giveaway event, which was our raffle Call of the Wild Hunt event that we did last Wednesday, not yesterday, but the one before yesterday, you know, that one. So we are in the process of doing exactly that. I have printed off many materials, so I don't even have to worry about using anything on my screen if I don't want. I have all this stuff I need, and I also have some digital copies as well, obviously. So I'm going to be giving my kid a hard time. Let's see here. All right. All righty then.
I can't play.
That's fine, honey. I'm just, I'm in the middle of this right now.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I love you.
I love you.
All right. Everybody wants to start talking to me whenever I try. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I mean, kind of. I'm teasing. It's not, I'm acting like it's something that it's not. All right. Let's see here. Let's get the Road Your Grind folder open and let's start grinding road here. Feels weird saying that. Okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I was looking for. Oh, you can change pictures by doing that. Well, that works. By golly, that works. All right. So we're going to start. We have already started, I should say, the scouting process. We have a map that covers each and every location of where they can spawn for drink zones, which is all over the entire map, but only on certain sides of things. Oh, yeah. So we're going to be changing times quite a bit and then scouting and so on and so forth. Before we do, let's check out the daily challenges just in case we can get another tint in the process. That's quite a bit of money. I don't know if we're going to go after grouse per se. We might, but that's going to be a lot of time off this map, and I'm not really looking to do that. Ring-necked pheasant is one that we can get while we're on this map, so that's a possibility. Rabbits, but at the same time, I don't know if hares will count, so we can try them, but probably not. Between 13 and 17. We'll just do that one, see if we can make an extra $2,000 in the process. We're really just looking at doing stuff that we can do in the middle of our grind. So we'll get something that we need, which will be a shotgun. And I'm wondering which one we want to grab. We'll probably grab the 10 gauge just because it does the most damage. And we're trying to get a heart shot on them. I think, no. It was just a certain amount of them. Let's see. I don't know that we're going to have enough also left over for a sight, but we can try it. We will have enough for a sight. grab that site and I'll be cooking with Crisco. So let's get what we want on that gun, which is going to be the birdshot. No, I don't want that. There we go. All right, by golly, we're cooking with Crisco and ready to start this thing off. Let's go ahead and cheer up Hank a little bit. Lord knows he's ever so discontent, because he hasn't been whistled at in 13 and a half seconds. There we go. Showing me his hind end. He likes to back it up. I'm just kidding. It's weird. Alrighty then. Let's see where else we're going to go. So we're going to go ahead and change the time again and see. So these lakes right here, these 3 lakes don't have anything. This place right yonder does. This place right yonder does. But we're going to walk over there instead of fast traveling. It doesn't really matter. Actually, we're going to fast travel. I don't know why I would just randomly, arbitrarily decide to make it more difficult like that. So how about we don't? All right. We're going to change the time to about 15:30, which is halfway through their drinking time. So they should all pretty well be there. And yep, that'll work. So we're just going to go straight up north, keep plenty of distance between us and them, and then gradually spot them running up the river right here. They are also at the bottom of this lake. I don't think we're obviously going to be able to go over there without fast traveling in a way that's going to spook them. We might be able to pop over to this place. It might be far enough away. This is right here about 2.37. This is, oh yeah, that's definitely going to be far enough away. That is 1000% a roe deer. They're not supposed to be that far southeast on where they actually are drinking. So, oh yeah. Yep, that's not good. That is not good. They're traveling. So yeah, 1530 is definitely not going to work for it. According to everybody online, an hour and a half in, or at least like halfway through, is enough time, but that's not seeming to actually be the case. The good news about having only an hour and a half left in their drinking zone every time is that one spray, which lasts 30 minutes real time, will absolutely cover you throughout the entirety of your scouting if you only have an hour and a half, 2 hours game time. Because as everybody I'm sure knows, it's 4 times the speed. So, 1 second in real time is 4 seconds on there, 1 minute on there is 4. And, so 15 minutes real time is an hour, So you get 2 hours of game time worth of spray for every spray. And we only have like an hour and 45 minutes or so max till they're done with their drinking zones. It is bugging the crap out of me that they're not at their drinking zones by 15:30. I feel like that's a little bit of bullcrap. If their drinking zone starts at 1400 and at 15:45 they're still not at their drinking zone, that's kind of not right. I don't know what they're doing with the updates, but hopefully that's not like an update thing. Maybe that's just something that's always been. But I hope they're not making it where they take even longer to get to their zones, because that's just. Even if people have found a way around it, that's just not conducive to the drinking zone actually having a time. If their drinking zone starts at 14 and they're not actually there until 1600 or 1630 and it ends at 17, there's no point in having a time for it, no matter what people have discovered, no matter what people are doing. So I'm really hoping that that particular roe deer is just drinking. Yep, they are. Okay. They're not supposed to be, this is about as far southeast, I guess, as they get. This is about as far southeast as it goes. So maybe that's just the most southeastern one we're going to find. And I'm hoping she is. Got to be as loud as possible just so they know you're there. What was that? I said, what was that?
Oh, I didn't know you were trying me. I just shut the ottoman.
Okay, it made a weird sound. No way, this thing's already dead. Okay. Well, hey, Coot, how is it going? Hey, that duck game, that looked interesting. I was sad to see that, like, the person I saw talking about it didn't really get any exposure for it. But they only had like 3,000 followers. But it actually kind of looked pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I loved the mechanics of having to level up your proficiency and your efficiency with, you know, with getting the ducks. I haven't downloaded it yet. And if I'm going to, I need to probably today and just try it out today. But how is Coot doing? Have you tried that game out yet? Have you tried out 1 Billion Ducks? I'm playing it now. It's just the demo for free on stream. How are you liking it? How is it going for you? I haven't downloaded it. I don't usually do a whole lot of gaming on the PC, but if it's free, then it's not going to be a problem, obviously. There we go. We got some more roe deer in front of us. We are still in the middle of our roe deer grind. Here we go. He is a small level 2 with his girlfriend. It's amazing to me that they're taking so long to get here. Their drinking zone starts at 1400 and it ends at 1700. It's 1610. It was just 16.9, and they just got here at 16 something. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. It's going all right. Just an idle shooter with a cartoon artwork. I do kind of actually like the cartoon artwork sometimes. I don't ever play something with cartoon artwork for too long, I'll be completely honest. But usually whenever I find one, the same people that use that art style and have that arcade vibe to their game usually create a pretty fun game for me to dive into for a while. I'm actually probably going to download it here while we're talking, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Today is Thumbstick Thursday, where I play whatever the heck I want to now, because I just couldn't keep doing Metal Storm. I tried. The update made it go from kind of fun to just not fun at all anymore for me. I know people are probably not too happy hearing that, because there actually is a really tight-knit, dedicated community to that game. They really do love that game, and they're very loyal to the developers and all that stuff. But I'll be completely honest, and I hate to say it, you know, they are very, very, very nice developers, but at the same time, I think they're very well catching a lot of heat for just flat doing things that their community tells them they don't want. You know, and when you only have a small community that's extremely loyal, you can't ignore that community. That paired with they are extremely money hungry. And I say that ironically after they gave me, like, the developer of the game watched me stream it for the first couple times and actually gave me a whole bunch of free stuff. But to be completely honest, though, the amount of money they try to charge for everything is ridiculous. You want like one small aesthetic, it's going to cost you over $10. You know, it's just like you get so little for so much money on that game. I hate to be so negative about it, but it just got to the point where, you know, like I tried to stick in it for how awesome the community was, but it just got to the point where the community is just like, it's the best community ever, but the game's just not enjoyable for me anymore. But anyway, there's my Thrustmaster to thumbstick change on Thursdays. We're no longer playing flight stick games on Thursday. We're just playing whatever the heck we want to now, and I'm pretty happy about it. I got to get a wireless gaming mouse so I can actually use a mouse to game, because it definitely looks like a game that I'm going to want to try and use a mouse on. Got to keep Hank happy. I'm probably whistling a little too much, but that sucker stays less content very quickly if I don't constantly whistle at him. He likes being catcalled. They're so unsuspecting. Well, I guess we got both their zones in one go. The weird part for me is that, like, they only spawn in solos or in pairs, right? And the thing about that is that means that each time you spot one, you should only get that herds, right, that individual or that pair's drinking zone. And I keep getting some that have like 3, 4, 5, and so I'm spotting all 3 of them and I'm not getting a new drinking zone, which means I've discovered all the drinking zones. It just doesn't feel right doing all that with, you know, one go, even if it's multiple groups. Kind of feels weird, like I might be missing something. So that's his girlfriend, because what they do is if you spook one, a good way to tell if they're in pairs, actually, if you ever really need to, is if you spook one, or like, let's say you shoot one in the toe with a 22 to make it not die, right? If you ever do that, then their partner, whether it be their male or female counterpart, will actually walk off and follow them. So the first one will flee because he shot it in the toe or something, right? And then their partner will actually slowly just kind of leave. And so if you ever do need to know that for some reason, you know, for roe deer, there's that. See, there's that drink zone for that one. So I'm hoping one of the, or that there's that drink zone for that pair. Sorry, that pair. So I'm hoping this one over here is going to say something for solo. Nope. So that means that there is one here that's just not part of this drink zone. And that's, there we go. Okay. All right. Just making sure. Wow. I thought that was 2 females. That second one was indeed. Oh, never mind. I saw the blue of the water sign for some reason, and my brain just instantly thought male for whatever reason. So we're pretty well at the end of where they're going to be at right now for the southeast end of it. We need the north side of this river now. We got a little bit longer. We might find another 1 or 2, but most likely, here we go. Most likely, there we go. I was about to say, we're going to have to start finding them across the way. Hey, Q, is it multiplayer? Is that 1 Billion Ducks game? Since it's idle, I don't know that it would be, obviously, but is it by chance multiplayer? Is there a multiplayer mode? Oh, we got another roe deer in front of us right here. Okay, how have we not gotten their drink zone? How have we not gotten their drink zone? It says drinking and we just spotted it. Yeah, we spotted this thing drinking and it still didn't give us its drink zone. Weird. I didn't see if it was. Gotcha. Yeah, it's drinking and it still won't give us the zone for it. Weird. I don't love that. There should be a zone right here. Yeah, we should be getting a zone out of this, and we're not. Not super fun. It's single player. Gotcha. I don't know what we're going to have to do to get this zone because she is clearly drinking. She's clearly drinking, and it says drinking, and we're just not getting the zone. I don't know if she has to really chill out. We'll go over here and hide for a minute, and maybe if she gets less nervous, that'll help. We don't got a horrible wind, but they have good vision. I'm going to wait for her to calm down and then spot her again. It's got to be halfway decent. Do you find that it like gets better as you buy more items and level up? Do you find that it does get more fun? The only thing I saw, I watched about 5 minutes of a dude trying it out, and his channel was just doing a whole bunch of demos of everything, right? Demoing every game. And he didn't seem super excited about it. Okay, she's still nervous. We're going to have to give her a fat minute. Hank, please lie down. Let her calm down, brother. Let her calm down. Still nervous. We are a good distance away. Very much not visible. She should be calming down by now. There's no wind right now with us sprayed down this far away. We're 70 meters away, not downwind of her, sprayed down and in a bush. She should absolutely be calming down at some point. Yeah, it gets better. It's just a game to waste time, but some people love that type. Yeah, I love that type of game sometimes. I'm not going to lie. Have you heard of the Steam machine? Have you seen some of the stuff people are saying about the Steam machine? Leaf It Alone is a game picking up leaves and people love it. That's hilarious. Yeah, they're coming out with some really interesting ones now. There's Leaf It Alone. I've heard of that one. I think I've heard of that one before. It sounds familiar. But Power Washer, that's a game that people are really loving, is Power Washer. There's a dude online who makes art on that game, which is ridiculous to me. Why is this roe deer still nervous? This roe deer will not be chill. Yeah, they're charging almost $1,500 if you want the 2 terabyte version with a controller. And I found out through that Xbox and PlayStation actually lose money on their consoles every sell. They make their money by selling them at a loss so they can create a giant community. And then they charge you to play online on their system, and that's where they make all their money, which makes a ton of sense. That's a great plan, actually. Maybe not a very agreeable plan considering we already pay for internet, but yeah, there's absolutely no way this thing's going to calm down in any reasonable amount of time. It's already almost 1700 and it's not calming down, so let's just get rid of it. As soon as it hits 1705, basically, I'm going to fast travel back, grab myself a 4-wheeler, and drive the distance of this place. Thank you, Nightbot, for being the bodiest Nightbot, which is a compliment for bots and an insult for people. But yeah, the Steam Machine, dude, they're freaking. It's got like, I forget what they said, like what, 2 sticks of RAM or so many gigabytes of RAM and a controller, and or it doesn't even come with a controller, and it has 512 gigabytes of space, and it's like $1,000. If you want the 2 terabyte version, it's like almost $1,400 without a controller. But the difference is that there's no fee to play online. Once you own it, you own it. There's no regular fees to keep playing it. That's actually amazing. A lot of people are insulting the price of it, comparing it to Xbox and PS5. You can't compare that to Xbox and PS5. There's no as far as I've heard, there's no online subscription required to continue to play that. There's no internet like connectivity required. PS5 is coming out with a policy where they will require you to sign on to internet within 30 days, or they will retract a game from you that you bought. If you buy a game from PS5 and you don't connect to the internet within 30 days, they will take that game away. And some people are like, oh, everybody has internet now. It's like, yeah, but the principle is what matters to a lot of people. The principle is that they are able to take away what's yours because you don't have internet, you know, or that you lost your internet or went 30 days without being at that location, right? That's insane. What about people who have vacation homes? I know plenty of people that have vacation homes. They have plenty of money, so they have a second home that they go to for 3-4 months out of the year, and they don't want to pack up everything in between them. They have their own clothes, their own TVs, their own Xboxes and PS5s and everything. They have everything of their own at that second location. That's wild to me. No, yeah, that's what the people are getting mad about. I haven't heard of lawsuits yet, but I have heard of people being very unhappy about it. So we'll see. We'll see if it causes a lawsuit. But yeah, they're saying something. I'm not sure if they refund you it or not, but they are coming out. They are talking about a policy. I'm not sure if the policy has actually happened yet, but they're talking about a policy, or they're coming out with a policy where you have to connect to the internet within 30 days of buying a game, which is crazy. If they do, in fact, actually take your game back and don't give you your money back for it, that is 1,000% going to be a lawsuit, but I haven't heard of any yet. But those companies, they get away with everything. They get away with absolutely everything. I mean, you know, they pretty much do whatever the heck they want because of the power they have. A lot of people fail to realize how much money is in the gaming industry. Some people argue that the gaming industry is actually like the richest industry in the world because of the immense profit margin and constant, you know, revenue they're making from it. I've heard some people make claims that the gaming industry is the biggest industry in the world. Now, that might not be on paper, and that might also be just flat out incorrect. But, you know, but it is a much bigger industry, even with that very likely incorrect statement. I don't know, it could be correct for all I know, but even if that is incorrect, people really do underestimate how much money and profit is in electronics and gaming and stuff like that. All right, 1715. We are going to fast travel back. We are going to fast travel over here and drive, or we'll probably fast travel right here, actually, and then drive a little bit north and, you know, see what we get out of that. I wonder how big of a industry the gaming industry is. I don't know if they can measure like just a total industry accurately. You know, I mean, they can measure anything, but I wonder how much you can really keep up with those numbers. I'm sure they can. Here we go. Woo! That wasn't too bad. That wasn't near as exciting as I thought. Oh. But a lot of the stuff I hear, though, is just because I curate my social medias for Mechanic TTV to have, like, a lot of gaming channels, right? Like, I'll look up gaming news and stuff like that and just follow the channels. But a lot of these channels, a lot of social media channels, period, will just say whatever it takes to get some views. It's just... is absolutely... They will say whatever, you know, they'll twist things or be inaccurate about things all they want. So I have no idea... There's always some sort of legitimacy to it, but it's a matter of how much have they taken it out of context, or how much have they kind of twisted their words a little bit.
The southeastern ibex's horns follow a distinctive backward sweeping curve, making them stand out amongst the other breeds.
All right, so let's see here. We do have from about this interest point up to about here, about this one is where we have about here, actually. Sorry, that map is inaccurate. Is where the roe deer do drink, so I'm hoping I'm going to find a couple on this ATV while we're at it. Hi, Mini Mecca. How are you, baby? I love you. Are you gonna play this game with me and drive a four-wheeler? You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you play with me, we're mostly gonna be walking and driving four-wheelers. Is that okay? You can play something different if you want to. What?
TV's on different TV.
Well, if you want the TV, you just have to ask your sister if you can have it, and she can watch something on my tablet or on her screen if she wants to.
Hey.
Hey, Lil Mecca. Hey, can you watch something on my tablet so she can play on that screen? That's her only screen that she can hook up her game to.
Is it okay if she plays online?
Yeah, that's okay. But I don't know if you have Call of the Wild. Do you have Call of the Wild downloaded? Okay, yeah. Just help her get set up, please. Can you pause your show and help her get her controller synced? Thank you, Lil Mecca. Lil Mecca. Your headphones. Hey, can you help her get her controller set up, please, though, baby? Can you just pause that and do that real fast? Thank you. Hold on, kiddo. What is it? What is it? What? You're getting on Call of the Wild? Okay, where's Non? Okie dokie. All right, guys, we are gonna have Mini Mecha join us. We're gonna both ride around on four-wheelers and look for drinking zones together. Need some help? All right, guys, I will be right back shortly after I get her set up and teach her how to do this. So give me about 5 minutes, roughly about 5 minutes, and then I'll be right back, and we'll get right back to right back in. We'll be right back to right back in. All right, be right back. Right back. All right, guys, we are back in black. All right, let's go. Change of plans. Mini Mecha is actually going to go with Non to go get some groceries. Going to go out with her bonus mom, and so we're going to get right back to it. yeah, here we are. Let's see. We're going to have to make some money soon because we're not going to have the money to change time a whole lot more if we don't start doing some challenges. So we might pop over to some challenges. Might have to, really. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to change the time and go for another round of scouting, since it's still going to be affordable now. But as soon as it stops being affordable, we're jumping over to some daily challenges and getting some money for some tents. So let's go ahead and change that time again. We're going to say 15:35 maybe. Really, we probably don't want to do a whole lot later. Some of them are showing up at nearly 1600. We can't wait that long. So we'll do 15:35, go on up north as long as the wind allows. And it kind of will. We're gonna have to go a little bit northeast before we head straight there. But let's see. So they are right about here is going to be their closest point to us as we're pinwheeling counterclockwise. So I want to keep that as I'm running. I want to keep that about 400 away just in case, because they're still traveling to that point. They're not just at that point, they're traveling to that point. So I want to avoid it extra cautiously just so I don't have to worry about it as much. Got another road deer traveling right there. So let's run around here a little bit. And I'm going to come in. Actually, I'm going to go just about straight this way, straight east. And then I'm going to come up from the northeast looking at them. That way I don't have to worry about it at all. It's a warning call. We already have some roe deer in front of us. That's not good. That's really not good. That's a wild boar, but we do have a roe deer next to us that we don't want to spook. We don't want to take any chance at spooking that thing. I really don't love that there's a roe deer right next to us already, because it's already, the roe deer is southeast of us. There's nothing southeast of us that we really want that roe deer there for. That just means that they're still traveling at 1541 to their drinking zones. And it means that they're far away from their drinking zones at 1541. So I'm starting to think that it really is, they've updated something where it's really just not beneficial at all to even waste most of your time fast forwarding time. We might start doing like 1500 instead of 1530 or something. We'll see. We'll kind of play it by ear. This mic is really getting me a little bit. It sounds so good with the side tone turned up, but the slightest movement away and I can't hear myself at all. So I love the accuracy of it. I don't know how much I love, having to move it out of the way so much and then having no audible alert. It's just an adjustment. I don't like change.
You need to make sure you do brush your teeth.
No, she's gonna do it right now. She will forget. I don't mean to bug her too much, but she definitely needs to.
You've got more of your adult teeth than what they have. You get cavities now, it's gonna be good.
Do not ever, it needs to be the first thing you do when you wake up. It needs to be the absolute first thing you do when you wake up.
Things are not fun.
All right, guys, let's see here. So, got a lot of people talked about the new Peru map online. If you guys are trying that out, feel free to let me know what you think of it. I started my road deer grind at the perfectly wrong time, I guess. I don't know, because that new Peru map is just really a hot topic right now. But I'm thinking we might get the Peru map and try it out when we're not on the road deer grind. I think that's going to be a really smart move. I just don't know that I love the idea of, I don't know. It might not be diversifying things a little bit too much, because I definitely want to get some money for the road deer grind. I'm sure there's plenty of challenges you can do on the Peru map, though. I'm just not sure what species they have yet. I need to get my lists updated where I can see, or I at least need to download that app that tells you everything you need to know about them. But enough jibber jabber. Let's get over here where the road deer are, where the wild things are, and get some scouting done before we run out of time. I can't believe, though, I mean, honestly, I know I'm bouncing right back to this. I can't believe Steam made a console, though. I can't believe that Steam made a console. I think it's awesome. The controller looked weird to me. I'm not going to lie. It didn't look very comfortable. But, you know, I haven't held it, so I don't know. One thing I am thinking about doing sometime in the future, if I can ever afford to, is I'm thinking about switching to an Azeron. Obviously, it won't be supported on Xbox by any game that doesn't support keyboard. But I did find out that it absolutely does support mouse and keyboard, like, or the Azeron is supported on any Xbox game that has mouse and keyboard capabilities. So that's good news, because I'm really not looking to overwork my PC too much. It's a mid-tier, fairly new PC, but I'm really not looking to push it, you know, because we put a pretty hefty load on it with all the stuff we do streaming sometimes. It's not overwhelmed or anywhere in the ballpark overwhelmed right now, but if I did pair that with just all the work it would have to do gaming, I worry that it might, for certain things, start to slow down, start to have some issues. And I always want to have so much headroom I never have to worry about it. Like, even if it's working fine, but I have no headroom, no extra, you know, margin for performance, then at that point, I always want to get that extra space. So if I can, I would love to check out the Azeron. My only question about it, though, is with the joystick capabilities, the joystick on the left hand with the Azeron, if you're a right-handed mouse and keyboard player, the joystick on the left has joystick mode, but it also has, like, WASD, sorry. It has WASD capabilities. which makes me think that if we did switch to the Azeron and did mouse and keyboard compatible games on the Xbox and just programmed the buttons from our PC, it makes me think that the joystick would be programmed for WASD, which I'm not sure that would really even be much of a problem, except that it would feel a little different than, and it'd feel a little different using a joystick to do a 4-directional control, 8-directional control, instead of just full joystick capability. So I'm not really sure if that would feel much worse or not, which then would definitely push me to maybe just switch to PC. But the cost, oh golly, the cost. All right, so we have a couple 100 meters. I think we did run up here a little bit aggressively. Let me get my picture up here and see how far up. Yeah, we ran up here a little aggressively. I was in my head thinking that my marked point was the most northeastern point that they'll spawn. I forgot that it was just the closest to the outpost. The closest southeast to the outpost that we were at. So we might have actually spooked some on the way up here, but I'm not entirely convinced that we did because I haven't seen any. But they can also flee at the same moment as another animal, and you'll only get one signal that says something fled. You'll only get one set of like little waves that tell you that something fled. We at least got some. This is what I'm talking about. It is 16:17 and they are still showing up. That is what really gets me, is they're still showing up at 16. Their drinking zone ends at 1700 and it's 16, 17, 16, 18 and they're still arriving. Partly probably because, you know, they're keeping their distance from us as we're showing up. But by 15:35, they should all already be here. They shouldn't even still be traveling. So interesting. I wonder if there's an update that changed any of that I did miss. Look at all those roe deer though, guys. Oh my gosh, look at all of them. There's a ton of them. Well, how many roe deer is that? Oh my goodness gracious Ignatius. See, that one's still showing up too, traveling, drinking. Look at all these roe deer, honey. There's a massive, look, there's like a whole herd of them. They only come in solos and in pairs. These are all different groups.
Nice.
Love you.
Love you.
Stop giving me cooties.
Bye, Dad.
Bye, love you.
Wait. Can I- Hey, Dad, look at my new shoes.
Your new shoes? I love your new shoes.
Yeah.
Do you like them?
Like that.
Well, good. Well, good. All right, I think we've spotted all of them that are going to be over here on this side, so we're going to make our way a little bit more south, spot what we can on the southwest end, but I think that we're all just about able to see all of them that are going to be here. There could be another group. There could be another group on the west side that's just a little bit out of range because rendering distance doesn't reach quite that far. It's about 380, 400 max, you know. So let's see here. But we got quite a few drink zones, 3 separate locations, at least around 12, I think, at least around, definitely over 12, definitely over 12. We got so many over there. There's 5, 7, plus 5 over here. That's 12 alone. So we had like, oh my goodness, that group over there is at least 4 or 5 as well. So we probably got about 17 roe deer right there. Probably spotted a good 17, 18 of them. Super happy about that. We need to try and find every single group we can. We have to locate every single group on the map before we start doing our herd management. And we are going to be doing extreme herd management. We're going to be shooting everything that's not a small level 1. So even if it's a level 1, but it's 24, or it's, you know, it's a big level, like 24 to whatever, like 24 to 29 kilograms, we will shoot that level 1 as well. So now that's a level 2 right there. But if we do find a level 1 that's 24 to 29 kilograms, that sucker's going to die. Only 19 to 24 kilograms of level 1s are going to just live outside of the one lake. There we go. So, yep, there was some more that we couldn't see yet. That's good. And after this time is up, guys, after our 1715 is up on this one, we're actually going to go do a little bit of something else. You know, I don't want to make every stream ridiculously slow. I'm not going to do that. Even if some of them have to be, I'm not going to make, you know, 2, 3, 4 hours at a time, twice a day. You know, every single day, just nothing but a grind for people to watch. That's stuff I'm going to have to start doing off stream as my wrist heals up and I'm able to. So we're going to switch things up to be a little bit more exciting here shortly. We're probably going to do some daily challenges, earn at least 1 tent, and then switch over to a different game if we have any time. Oh yeah, trust me, I know you're not happy with me. All right, let's go. There was a demo out on Steam that's called Woman Simulator. You basically just clean the house and cook. Oh my gosh, I got to get my wife that game. Oh, my wife is going to get that game. My wife is going to get that game. She would have a ball. She would actually probably enjoy it. I kid you not. And that looks like all of the roe deer for this lake. I'm not seeing any more. You know, they only spawn on this side of it. They spawn on the bottom little U-shaped bottom half of it. So before we lose any more time, let's look at our map that I got pulled up here on my screen. I know y'all can't see it, but we're going to see where the next group is. So up here, this group right here, boom. Tons of them. It's a red zone, which means there's a lot of them. So we're gonna pop up there and see what we can find. I don't think that we're gonna be able to make it anywhere else in time, but we're also gonna struggle to get up there in time, to be completely honest, because that house will spook them. That house will absolutely spook them. So if we do go up there, we're gonna have to hoof it, and that's gonna be a good long jaunt. That's gonna be an hour if we walked it. So it's gonna be too long. We're not gonna be able to make that actually, but let's see what else we can find. We got ourselves a west wind, so anything from the east approach will be doable. Let's go ahead and say oh, you stop it. I'm leaving you alone. You leave me alone. Let's go ahead and say we're going to fast travel right here, make our way south briefly to see what we can see, and then pop up to northwest a little bit to that small little lake right above the river over there in the more central, slightly eastern central area of the map. So we're going to pop down here real quick, see what we can see, and then come up here if we have any time. So where do we want to go? Just straight south. We just want to go straight south. I'm going to mark about where they're at. And once we get to about 270, we're going to slow it down. But we don't have a whole lot of time. What was that? Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah. All right, let's go. We could have taken one of them out, maybe. In fact, we're going to. I'm not gonna lie. We're absolutely going to. That's too big of a gun. The Maraude, come on, get the Maraude! Oh, it's gonna be too late.
Love you, babe.
Love you, babe. Yeah, that thing's not gonna die. If it does, it's definitely not going to be a past harvest check. We will still grab it if we see some pressure appear, but I don't think we're going to see the pressure appear. We kind of just maybe scared off some roe deer there, but we should be just far enough where they shouldn't. Yes, this is. This is Call of the Wild. How are you doing, Aman? Let me change the name actually real quick so people can tell. Call of the Wild. So today is Thumbstick Thursday, where we do whatever the heck we want. And we are starting up our first ever grind. We're starting with the hardest grind first, which is the roe deer grind. And most people, the red fox or the roe deer grind, between those two. Good deal, good deal, good deal. Just watch some guy win a platinum tournament in Rocket League. There you go. I have never won a tournament in Rocket League. We've played a number of them, but I've never gotten first. Rocket League for me is definitely an enjoyable game with people you know. I'm really getting less into it on solos because I'm just kind of getting burnt on being that frustrated. It's a very frustrating game, for sure. I'm too competitive to lose that much, you know, and not kind of take breaks, right? But it's such a good game, though. It's such a well-made game. I have a 3 up my belt. You have 3? Oh, a 3. Why did I read a 3? Your 3 tournament wins? That's crazy. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, my friend. All right. We are scouting right now, so probably not going to see a whole lot of killing at the moment, but we're about to switch over actually here in a little bit to doing some daily challenges where we are going to successfully put some things out of their misery of being alive and, you know, get some money in our pocket. Is this yes, it is. It's not crossplay, but it is available on PlayStation. They have it on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. It's a really great game. It is a super great game if you're looking to play by yourself. It is a good multiplayer game as well, but they have some glitches going on. I got to try the 50 cal. Yep. Hey, Atlas, what's going on? There we go, Atlas, with the 5 stream streak. There we go. Yeah, the 50 cal. I recently just got the Arzina 300 mag tactical because I've heard that it's one of the better guns for putting down small game unethically, right? Like not passing the harvest check, but getting them down very quickly because of the low recoil and high power. So, you know, it is quite fun. It's a lot funner as you learn how to play it. There's no wrong way to play it, but at first, whenever I first started playing this game, I thought having $5,000 was a lot of money. You know, and you find out the hard way. That it's really not. That's a good level 2. He's not nothing super good, but we already spotted them, so we're not worried about that. We already got their drinking zone. But we need to spot this guy while he's still. I don't know that we're gonna be able to spot that guy. I think that guy left. I'm gonna mark over here where he was drinking. We're trying to discover their drinking zones, when and where they're at. We know when they're at, but where they're drinking at that time. It's called the Richardson 500. I haven't tried that. But yeah, Amon, it is absolutely an amazing game. I love it to death. I think it is very well worth it. But, you know, it's just definitely learn it on your own and also kind of get some tips and stuff. I'm going to go bless more people. Thank you very much, Amon. Have a good one. Thank you for being you. All right, we're getting plenty of good zones. So we got some more small. Ooh, no, don't flee. Okay, if we can calm this one down till it drinks again. Okay, you should be fine, bub. You should be fine. Hopefully. Okay, bro, Chacho, we have laid down. We're downwind. We're not moving. We're not making noise. We're not visible. We're not smellable. You just need to chill. Hank, lay down. Let him chill. Let her chill. All right, let's see here. So picky. Like they don't want to be shot or something. In 17:15, we're gonna start running. They're all gonna leave at about this time, so we're gonna run down the bank a little bit both ways and see what we can find. I might run down this way more after I get just a little bit further up this way. Yeah, go ahead and run. Go ahead and run. There we go. At about 17:15, you can find their drinking zones even after they're gone. It's kind of inconsistent at times. Okay, did we already get their drinking zone up there? Yep, sure did. And now we're gonna turn things around this way. And once we're done getting these last couple of zones, we're just gonna pop on over to another map and do some challenges and get a tent's worth of money. Because we're gonna need a lot more stuff to do this grind. What's going on, Johan? How's Johan doing? Welcome to Thumbstick Thursday. You are watching Mechanifty TV. We are finishing up a little bit of scouting for some roe deer on Call of the Wild. We're starting the hardest grind on Call of the Wild, the roe deer grind for a great one, roe deer. And as soon as I get these last couple drinking zones, we're popping over to another map or two for some money making, some daily challenges. Oh yeah. I know you're upset with me. What's going on, Squire? How you guys doing? Welcome to Mechanifty TV. We love daily challenges. I love daily challenges. We had to slow down on doing them all the time this week because of starting the grind. But we are severely under-equipped for this grind, so we're going to have to just start doing them right back up again. So what I'm thinking is on Call of the Wild Wednesdays, we're going to do the first stream will be daily challenges, and the second stream will be the grind. It's probably what it's going to turn into, because we still have 8 more tripods and 8 more tents to get for this grind. That's like over $200,000 that we got to make. It won't take super long, because we make about usually 30, 40, 50 grand a day, but that's when we're doing nothing but challenges the whole day. We're not going to be doing that, so it could take a minute, you know. Look at that beautiful location up there. There's another one down there. Are they still drinking? Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're trying to get a ton of drink zones, which we are successfully doing. All these drink zones are all roe deer, because this is the second day we've ever even played this map, and we're doing nothing but prep for the grind. There's another one. So yeah, this is working out just fine. I don't got my 4-wheeler with me, but we're gonna run a ways, and then we're gonna, as we do, we're gonna decide what challenges we're wanting to do. So we got the ring-necked pheasant challenge for a couple $1,000s. I wish that I actually would have picked the more expensive ones. But that's okay. We're not going to do the grouse heart one because it's so hard to get a heart shot on birds with a shotgun, which I know we don't have to, but we have to pass the harvest check on the grouse in order for it to work. And passing the harvest check on a grouse involves them flying for it to be fair chase, right? I don't want to heart shot a flying grouse for a daily challenge. That's ridiculous. That you couldn't do in a week, you know, if you're me. So we're going to pick the weekly. Let's see, guys. What weekly are we thinking? We want the most money possible. We also want it to be something we can actually achieve in a fair amount of time. White-tailed deer. All we need is 3 white-tailed deer for 12 grand? Are you serious? Oh, but I was going to say, I thought this 15 grand is 1,500 experience. That's not what we're going to do. So, guys, where are we going first? We need some rabbits, ring-necked pheasants, European bison, and some white-tailed deer. We only got 4 days to do the white-tailed deer. So we might pop over to Layton Lake, actually, and do some white-tailed deer first. We need several gold white-tailed deer. Yeah, that's looking like about the end of the roe deer drinking zones. European bison, I just say that because it sounded cool. We can start with European bison. It ain't going to bother me none. They're going to be a fairly quick challenge. So plains bison are on Silver Ridge, so we're going to have to go to Hirschfelden for some European bison. We need to get at least 2 silvers, so they're going to have to be male, more than likely. I mean, you can get some female silvers. They're not undoable. Beyond 75, we do have the perfect new gun for that, guys. We did get another DLC. We got the Arzina 300 mag tactical. That's going to be a way better option for taking down large game than the Rangemaster when it comes to trying to take down a number of them. Low recoil, class 7 to 9 animals, all that jazz. So let's jump on over to Hirschfelden and get started on that. All right, guys. All right, guys. We are here. Hirschfelden, good old Hirschfelden. We love this map. I am actually more partial to European bison. There we go. So they're drinking from 10 to 14. And so the challenge is that we just have to kill them from beyond 75. And we only need 2 of them that are silver or better. So let me get my list here, because I do have my list made for good old Hirschfelden. I'm gonna pull up my list here of details for the mammals that I'm about to be shooting. And there we go. Hirschfelden right here. So European bison, they start gold at 110. I'm not sure what they start silver at. Thank you so much, kiddo. But gold is at 110. And yeah, I guess we're going to be kind of guessing it when they're silver, but that's okay. We'll just take the highest rated ones. It doesn't really matter either way. And let's see what we can do here. So 10 to 14. So we're going to set the time for probably about 11:30. And this should be done pretty quick, fast, and in a hurry if we do it right. We could even say like 1144. Guys, can you tell me which is the better app for Call of the Wild? Would you say it's Call of the Wild Companion, or would you say it's Call of the Wild Guide? I'm thinking about trying Call of the Wild Companion, but I'm not sure. Out of the two apps for Call of the Wild, which one is the better app for Call of the Wild? Would you say Call of the Wild Guide or Call of the Wild Companion? I'm seeing Call of the Wild Companion. It's got 100,000 plus downloads. It's looking like Call of the Wild Companion because I typed in Call of the Wild Guide and I can't even find it. So I guess this one's kind of the deal. So we're gonna get that going. I write down all my own lists. I go on Google and make like Google Docs and stuff, and I make lists out of tables and whatnot. But you know, we're not really doing that. So Call of the Wild Companion of the Wild Companion PC. Oh, wait, they're saying the best companion app for the Call of the Wild or the Hunter Call of the Wild on PC is Call of the Wild Life, a highly rated. Okay, all right. Let's see here. Okay, Call of the Wild Life PC download. Let's see here. We're going to give it a shot instead of just writing down our own stuff on Steam or on Epic Games Store. I'm not... let's see here. Via the Microsoft Store. Here we go. Download Call of the Wild Life. All right, here we go. We're getting it downloaded. What are you trying to get the app for? I'm getting the app so that I don't have to really use it myself. Did I already reset the time? I did. I'm wasting time. All right. Let's... oh, we're on the wrong side of this, guys. We are on the wrong side of this. Is there some European bison over here? There are. So let's go this way since we got a wind. We got a west wind, so we want to approach from the east. So here we go. It's going to be a very quick, fast, easy challenge. I'm just trying to get the app. That way I don't have to keep, you know, writing stuff down myself for the basic information that I'm looking for. I usually just write it all down on Google, or what I've been doing for years is as I get a map, I get Google Docs going, and I basically write down all the information I want on a table. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe not doing that anymore. I don't know. I can format it the way I want, which is what makes it really cool, because I can make it where I can see everything I want in one place, right? Like I got a table that just shows all the information for every animal per map. I don't have to click on nothing. I don't have to open up one thing at a time. I can just see all the animals, their strengths, weaknesses, their ratings, their classes, their difficulty, all that jazz. And I haven't really tried an app for it yet, but I'm thinking it's getting to be about time that we give it a shot before we do the revamp. We do have a revamp coming in the next month or so, where we are going to switch back to our Call of the Wild themed stream just for Call of the Wild. You guys saw it. I'm sure some of you saw it back whenever I was streaming on Streamlabs. We had a folder for each map with an overlay, a live overlay for each animal, for each map. We had, you know, camouflage themed overlays on the stream that made it look good. We had like, tall grass kind of hiding me in the stream a little bit, or just kind of making it look a little bit more immersive. Well, we lost all that obviously when we switched streaming softwares. So we still have a lot of those files, but it was quite a bit of organization to put all that into a stream. So in the next few weeks after my surgery, I'm actually going to revamp and have already revamped the Call of the Wild theme for the stream. And I actually have some animated parts to it now that I didn't previously have, which I'm super happy about. So we're going to have all that coming up after my surgery, after I recover from my surgery and then get back to work on the stream. And I'm super excited about it. And when that stuff comes, we won't really have much of a need for the overlay stuff, the app, because the overlays we do show all the stuff not only that you guys might like to see for a hunt, but that I need. I can also use my same app, OBS. I can use that just to look over and see the information that I need as well. So it's a kind of a twofold thing that really is super beneficial. But yeah, we're going to have some moving tall grass that I'm hidden in. We're going to have, it's not going to be static images no more. It's going to be a little bit better. As good as we can get it anyway. And what else? We're going to have, it's going to be pretty basic. We're not going to overwhelm the screen like we did before. Some people don't like seeing too much stuff on the screen, keeps it too busy. But I'm still very, very excited about it. Now, we only need to get these guys before 1400, so we got plenty of time. We have to get them from beyond 75 meters, which means we might have to approach from down here. So we got a mating call from a fox just down the way. Not really looking for that. So bison guys, they do have good moving vision, if I remember correctly, but poor still vision. And of course, excellent senses of smell. So assuming that they're here and we didn't already spook them off, which my approach was a little fast when we were a little bit more north of it, we should still be able to come over here and hopefully find ourselves at least one silver or better bison. And this is going to be my first kill ever with this new gun, so I'm super pumped about that. I'm extremely excited about the Arzina, however you pronounce it. Let's go ahead and get Hank actually doing his job. He's perfect for large game non-predators. So let's get him working on it. Yeah, I think we might have actually disturbed them a little bit when I was yapping there for a second. We did get a little bit closer than I should have while running for those animals. They can sense you from a ways away. But we will check and see. They might also be taking their time. He is on one. He does got one, so that's good. That's good. We got a group coming in somewhere. Come on. There we go. You guys tell me, do you feel like they have changed it where the animals take even longer to get to their zones? Because I'm now putting the time like an hour and 45 minutes into the zone and they're still not there. Which is getting to the point where it kind of defeats the purpose of having a zone at all. Because if they're supposed to start drinking there at 1400 and they don't get there till 1600, then there's really no point in that time. You know, it's getting to the point where they're only there for an hour of game time or less. and the drinking zone is there for 3 hours, 4 hours, and they're there for like 45 minutes to an hour, that's kind of, you know, that's kind of not really super beneficial. All right, so he is close to gold. Like I said, 110 is where gold starts. So we're gonna take a shot on him, and move on to the next zone because we're likely only gonna get one of these bison. We might be able to getting two vitals on some running bison though. That would be a challenge. That's definitely going to be the guy we take out. If we're careful about it, if we back up a little bit even and we shoot him from about well, we're close to 150 now. If we shoot him from right about 150, then we have a decent shot at the ones behind them not actually spooking. So let's get right here at about 150, dial in a heart shot, and see if we can get both of our bison. 150. He should be down soon. Are you serious? Neither one of those? Did I get the wrong gun out? Those are both polymer tips. There's absolutely no way. All right, let's get this chick right here. Maybe this will work. So the chick's going to go down, but I don't see that we really missed that shot on the male. I thought that was a good shot on the male. He's not down. I repeat, he's not down. Yeah. This gun, I'm not going to lie, guys. This gun does not put them down quite the way that a range master would, you know? What is going on here? It's supposed to be able to kill class 9 animals ethically. But it looks like it might be a little weaker than the, you know, and I know that the 338 is stronger than the 300, but is it that much stronger? I mean, can't get through to the heart on a good lined up, you know, chest shot with a polymer tip. You would think a polymer tip would be able to get through for most any of them that it needs to. So 180, we're going to get that one. We are, in fact, going to get both of them done here at once. I'm just going to have to be much more aware of that. If I'm really trophy hunting, if I'm really about to get a trophy on a class 9 animal, I'm going to want that range master. I'm thinking that range master is going to be more what I need. Let's switch over to a soft point and see how that does on a broadside shot. Because it could be that this is another 7mm type of gun where, like, even though it can pass a harvest check on class 9, it actually won't get through. That hit the water. We shot into the water, unfortunately. I keep thinking you can shoot into the water further than you can because of crocodile hunting. Spent too much time crocodile hunting thinking I'm getting through when I'm not. Well, guys, we screwed that one up. Screwed that one up big time. We do have 2 dead bison in the area, but I don't think that the second one was from over there. No, it wasn't. They're both from over here. So we're gonna get Hank over here. He's gonna help us track down the other one, so at least get our money's worth. And then we're gonna be on to the next spot before our time is up. I'm not super happy with this gun. I'm not super happy with it. I know that the second shot was definitely a bad shot. The first one could have been missed, could have been a little high, you know. But I'm just not entirely sure, you know, the expansion and the penetration on it is going to be what I'm used to, you know, with using that 338 so much. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad at all. The trajectory and the recoil on it are both very agreeable. But I'm just so used with that max power 338, you know, break action, putting them down so well. I can plow through the front of a bison with that gun and get through to something most of the time. I'm gonna have to make an adjustment. Amateur hour here over at Mechanic TV. Definitely very good recoil, though. I love the low recoil on this gun. Let me check my skills too and make perks, sorry, and make sure that I got some recoil mitigation. Where's the recoil? I know there's a section where you can have up to 3 points of like recoil control. But it's been so long since I've ever had to deal with any sort of perk points or skill points. At least I thought there was. Holding breath, that's not it. Focus shot. Wow, we might. Let's see here. Yeah, wow, we might be completely mistaken on that. I could have sworn there was a recoil control somewhere on this game. Is that only on PC or something? Because I know there's people on PC on Call of the Wild talking about putting points into recoil control. So maybe that's a PC thing. Likely going to have some more up here so we can make our way up that way. Only 600 away, and we do have at least like 3 more hours time, I think. What is it? Like we said 1400, right? Oh, what am I saying? What? That's an hour and 10 minutes. What? I keep thinking 4 o'clock instead of 1400, so noon to 4. All right. On to the next. It is a good gun. It is definitely a good gun with the where is that recoil control that that lady was talking about? I've been watching videos on in my spare time on this stuff. Okay. Yep. She might be silver. She very well might be silver. We got a soft point on here, so let's see. Maybe we can do this right here. That could have gotten through. It did. It did. Wasn't just quartering away. She's damn near showing us her booty hole straight on, but we got through to something late vital. Definitely got through pretty well on that. That was a really bad angle and, you know, definitely required some kind of penetration for a soft point, and we very much got through to a liver or a lung or both. So I retract my previous statement. I think it's just the first one was just too high for a heart shot. Yeah. Yeah, that's just about as good as we can want. Like I said, a little bit more than quartering away. At least it looked like it, I thought. But, you know, yeah, we got that, of course. 102 meters, 300 Magnum, and a session score of 400 with $912 cash. And that is another silver for that daily challenge. So let's get our $4,000, guys, and on to the next challenge. Thinking about busting out the rabbit challenge. Really am. Because I don't really feel like spending much time on that one. We'll pop over to Salzweiss and we'll get both the ring-necked pheasants and the rabbits done. I think. We'll check and see. Let's see. What's the best? What's our best option? Probably Leighton Lake. Probably going to be going to Leighton Lake. So. Nothing like some lukewarm coffee. What am I saying? It's basically cool. All right, guys. Now we need to find from 0, good old midnight, to 4 a.m. some white-tailed jackrabbit zones, and I'm not completely sure. Okay, yep, they are eating from 0 to 3, so we'll just go there once we change the time. Where's our closest outpost from there? We might be at it. What wind do we got? We got an eastern wind, so this is going to be exactly where we want to be if the wind stays the same. It likely won't, but if it does stay the same, this is exactly where we're going to want to be. So let me check here. White-tailed jackrabbit, deer, white-tailed jackrabbit. We got plenty of white-tailed jackrabbit over there, so let's go ahead and change the time to what we need it to be, which will be, we'll probably say like 0:30, something like 0:30, you know, because it's going to take us a minute to walk over there. And it seems like no matter what time we set it to, they're still walking there. They're still taking time to walk there. So I don't think going later is helping us anymore at this point. That is the worst possible wind that it could have shifted to. All right, we're going over to this one then. Where did it go? Where did it go? Yeah, it looks like we're popping all the way over here to this one and running over there, but we'll drive for the first portion of it, or we'll look for a closer zone first. They are feeding, so I'm looking for feed zones specifically. If there's any closer ones. Looks like they're definitely going to be further east. Nope, not going to be there. White-tailed jackrabbit till 2100. It looks like they are going to be further east if we're looking to get them at the right time. Yeah, they're going to be further east if we're looking to get them at the right time. So down here, you know, white-tailed jackrabbit, probably some maybe. Yeah, this little spot over here is going to be it. So I'm going to drive the first portion of it till we get to about, for white-tailed jackrabbit, they'll give you warning calls, warning thumbs from 290 to 440 out. So I'm going to only drive up there till it's about 500. I'm not going to get within 275, 350. I'm going to hop off when I'm about 500 meters out. Gonna be a bit of a bumpy ride. We're gonna hop up. I'm gonna say I might go a little bit further, but I need to stop always doing that. Probably gonna have to hop off of the railroad. I don't know. How far is this bridge? Not very far. Okay. We're gonna hoof it till about 350. We're gonna, I mean, like hoof it. We're gonna be running till about 350, and then maybe 325, and then we're walking to about 150, maybe 100, and then we're crouching. Fleeing. Hey, maybe we can just go ahead and get a picture right now. If you are epileptic, this is your warning. My eyes! Guys, just so you know, there is going to be some flashing. This game does have some flashing in it. I have yet to, I better come up with a warning for that. There will be, if you guys by any chance are epileptic, have epileptic, if I could speak, epileptic seizures, you definitely want to look away whenever you see those lines pop up, okay? All right? Definitely look away when you see those lines pop up, because I will 1000% be taking a million photos. I hate the uselessness of these gosh dang night vision goggles when like 90% of the time there's some sort of mist on this map. There's like so much of the time there's no way you can see with them. So what is the point of them? But I'm done griping and moaning. I'm not going to start doing that. So I'm going to stare right at it. At your own risk, sir. At your own risk. All of a sudden, I get nothing but a whole bunch of random letters popping up on my chat because his hand is just sitting there freaking out. Okay, anyway. Trying his darndest to type, stop taking okay, I'm done. Stop taking pictures, please. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. Somewhere in the vicinity is going to be some rabbits that hopefully did not run off. We didn't get a warning thump, no fleeing signs. I think we're doing A-okay. What are the strengths and weaknesses of a white-tailed jackrabbit? White-tailed jackrabbit have excellent smell. That's about it. And if this zone doesn't pan out, then the next one should. So the next one is just right over Honda. This one should work out for us, though. I'm pretty convinced that we should see a... I'm kind of shocked that he hasn't already actually stumbled across one, but... I'm willing to bet that we might have set the time a little bit too early. I think what they're doing is they're progressively updating the game where it takes the animals longer and longer to get to their need zones because of people taking advantage of the time change for the animals just already be there. But you can't, that can't be your solution, guys. If the developers ever see this, if that's happening, please don't do that. That can't be your solution. There's no point in having a 3 or 4 hour drinking zone and the animals not showing up for 3 or 4 hours into that time. If people are taking advantage of it, then just, you know, shorten the window, I guess. I don't know, or deal with it. You know, I mean, that's a part of the game. You know, it's getting crazy to me where, like, if they have a 4 hour window, I'll put the time 3 hours into that 4 hour window and the animals will still be traveling there. It's like, you got to find some other solution than just making a 4 hour window actually only be a 1 hour window. That's not functional. Let's see here. We did kind of make this one a little bit too quick, though, so we're going to spray down and wait and see how it goes. We're going to give them a little bit of space, find a bush somewhere downwind to hide out in, like this one, and see what happens. We are 100% as camouflaged gets in this spot, so this is perfect. Just gonna have to wait around for those rabbits to actually show up. It's crazy to me that it says from 0 to 3, from midnight to 3, and they won't get here till just about 2, 1:32. Developers, fix it. It's just kind of the way the game's always been, I think, but. Okay, they've never changed it, so I'm griping about nothing. But I'm just making sure. Hey, Nightbot, thank you for being the nightiest bot, the nightiest bot, the bodiest Nightbot. All right, here in a while, guys, here in a short little bit, we should be seeing some white-tailed jackrabbit wandering on up to their zone here, and then we'll get those pictures, jump on over to Sal's Wisen for the last daily challenge. Or we could actually hang out here since we're already here and get some gold white-tailed deer and then go do the last challenge instead of jumping back and forth. We don't have patience. I'm just kidding. We do. I have patience. Viewers oftentimes do not have patience. Not you guys. Not anybody watching this game, obviously, but some viewers have absolutely no patience. And I got to stop worrying about that. And again, I'm not talking about you guys. Unless you have no patience, then I'm talking about you. Okay, I'm just kidding. JK, just kidding. I'm going to start saying it like that. I say just kidding so often, I'm going to have to start abbreviating it. Can't even say JK, just. Chat, I think he's just kidding. Oh, man. Did I mention that I'm just kidding? You are the best, Johan. Johan, are you going to be there for our Battlefield 6 giveaway? What? What is that thing you breathe in? This is a humidifier / diffuser thing. And that is because of my 5 failed surgeries in my head. I have no mucus production like a normal person, basically. When I say no, I mean I do have some, but not very much. So it helps moisturize the mucosal lining of my insides. My head insides. And that's what the surgery this weekend is for, guys. Well, it's not this weekend. So Saturday, we're doing our Battlefield 6 giveaway. For those of you guys who haven't seen it yet, there's it. I updated the picture. It's going to be 2 each round instead of 1 each round. It's still going to be 10 giveaways. But instead of doing 10 rounds, which would take us too long with my flight being early morning the next morning, we're actually going to do 2 giveaways each for 5 rounds. So there's still going to be 10 giveaways, just as many chances to win. But, yeah, June 27th, guys. That's absolutely right. Let me jump on over here. Bada bing, bada boom. Here I am. June 27th, y'all. June 27th. This Saturday, 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and 10 p.m. from Pacific, Mountain, Central, and Eastern times. That, my friends, is when there will be 10, count them, 10 chances 5 for each channel. 5. Yes, you just have to arrive. Yep, absolutely. So there's only going to be 5 for my channel and 5 for Summer's channel. We're going to be collabing, but that's the benefit of being a paid subscriber on our channel, guys, is you will have giveaways monthly as long as we can get our goal subscriber count by the end of this month. If not, then we will just do monthly giveaways for you all as soon as we have enough subscribers to do that. But my goal is to have enough subscribers to do that this month. So, you know, we are 14 subscribers away from being able to do monthly subscriber giveaways every single month. Even if it's just 1 gift card, 2 gift cards, whatever it is, we're going to be doing them monthly, but we have to get 14 more subscribers by halfway through July, by the end of this month, basically the end of this month, or like a week and a half or less into July. That'll enable us to actually be able to do that based off the channel. Up until now, we've been just pouring everything that we can into the channel, even if it's a credit card. You know, I hate to say that. I'm not trying to, you know, feel bad for me about, you know, but we're really trying our darndest to support this channel and grow the channel. This is pretty much what I have right now to do because of my spinal condition and my wrist issues and whatnot. I can't even hold my arms up to my keyboard for very long. That's why I have this moon-shaped pillow that holds my arms up at my waist. So we're really trying to do everything we can to make this rewarding for the people who support us because it's such an important thing to us to make this channel grow. So yeah, you will absolutely be able to just show up and get a chance to win on a regular basis with this channel as long as it exists. Now, we're not going to make this channel about giveaways because we don't want that to be why people follow. We want people to follow because they enjoy hanging out with us and they like the content and they just want to be part of the community, but we don't want to not give back to the community too. So we will absolutely be doing that. The Call of the Wild giveaway, which will be at least one winner for the raffle hunt and at least one winner for paid subscriber giveaways, will be absolutely every month as long as we can get 14 more subscribers in less than a month's time, which is challenging, but I think we can do it. That's what this weekend is supposed to be about. I was trying to grow the channel to where we need it to be before the surgery takes me out of commission for maybe a week or less. I also don't know if that's really a better idea or worse idea to try to do a big event right before I'm not streaming for a while. I don't know if it's going to convince a lot of people who discover the channel because of the event that, you know, maybe it was a bad idea to follow. Hopefully that's not what people think. Hopefully that's not going to be the case. I will be saying hi, you know, live on Twitch, from Ohio, you know, during my recovery and after the surgery and whatnot. I might even stream and say hi. If you guys see me streaming on Twitch from my phone, Monday, the 30th, I think it's the 30th. Monday is the day of my surgery, right? Please stop by and say hi to me. I'm going to be probably high as a kite, you know, so let me check and see what that is real quick. I got somebody at my door, guys. Be right back in just a couple seconds.
DoorDash? No.
Okay, then why would it be DoorDash?
I thought you said DoorDash.
Thank you. Oh. It's somebody's shirt. My bad. I opened up something I shouldn't have opened up. I thought it was mine. It is. Well, it was addressed to us, but it wasn't one of our things. All right, guys. I'm back. Had a delivery. We had a really nice delivery guy who always makes sure we know we have our package so it doesn't blow away or nothing. He does his job very well. So it was not DoorDash, no. No. You're not allowed to speak. All right, just kidding. No, it was not DoorDash. Twas not. She's used to it always being DoorDash because for a while at her other house, they would literally DoorDash every meal they ever ate. Figuratively and literally. Not so much anymore, she says. Good. Good. I'm just kidding. It doesn't matter to me. I don't really care. If they can do that, good for them. Why? Oh, why? There we go. I was about to say, why did my angle change right there? I sort of... You know, guys, I'm starting to think that maybe, just maybe, the rabbits are on to us. Clearing up a little bit, though. Clearing up enough to actually be able to see a little bit, so that's good. If they are approaching from southwest, there is a fat chance that we will just stall them, but there's also a really good chance that they're not here yet because they take forever. Actually, I hear them right next to me. I thought that was my dog. That is not. That's the rabbits right there. All right, guys. Finally, we don't have a weapon to kill them with, actually. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We got a shotgun. How in the world is that rabbit so close to me that I can hear and spot it, and Hank can't tell that it's there? That's a little wild. Come on, Hank. Come on, Hank. Do better. If I could just figure out exactly where they're at. They're supposed to be a little bit north of me, but I can't tell if they're making their way or if this is a separate group at a separate location. The weird part to me is that he is unable to sense them. He's usually pretty good at what he does. Maybe if I start him over, he'll kind of get onto it. Yep, there we go. There's some prints. I see some tracks. 99% sure those are rabbit tracks. What is his okay, there we go. There's another one to my right. I can hear him. So, how many pictures do we need? Flash warning. Okay, yeah. We took the picture of, it's a white-tailed jackrabbit. We took the picture. Oh my gosh. That's not a white-tailed jackrabbit. My eyes. We took a picture of that white-tailed jackrabbit between 0 and 4. Why is it not counting? You guys seen this, right? The Daily China. Does it have to be male or something? No, it just says photograph 4 rabbits between 0 and 4. Doesn't have to be male or female. Those are white-tailed jackrabbits. And if that wasn't a clear picture of a rabbit, I don't know what was. There it is right there. Let's try it again. There's a picture of a rabbit. And it is between 0 and 4. What am I missing here, guys? Why is that not counting? Photograph 4 rabbits between 0 and 4. That's a rabbit. It's between 0 and 4, and that was indeed a photo. Is that a non-existent rabbit? Is that a ghost rabbit? A white-tailed Jack Casper, what's going on? See, the thing is like Hank isn't even onto that rabbit either. Hank can't even tell that that's a rabbit. So something's not working. Can you say happy birthday to my little brother? His name is Dixon. You, sir, are funny. That's a good one. You ever go to Walmart and do that one? You ever go to Walmart and ask for that one? Did they catch on to it? I bet they didn't, did they? See, something's wrong with this rabbit because not even Hank is able to tell. Not even Hank is able to tell that he's here, and we very clearly got a picture of him. Unless there were some bushes away, but there weren't. I'm pretty sure there weren't. See, something's wrong. These rabbits are not registering. He's searching small game. There's small game all around us. Something's glitched out. Something is legitimately glitched out. Watch your eyes. Watch your eyes, guys. Yeah, it didn't count that one either. Guys, this is between 0 and 4. That is a rabbit. These are, in fact, rabbits that we are seeing in front of us, and we are getting pictures of them, and it's not counting. What in the world is going on? There are rabbits all around us, and Hank can't register them. The photos aren't registering with them. Huh. It just robbed me of a daily challenge. Usually there's something I'm missing. Usually it has to be a male or it has to be a certain thing or whatever. This is 0 to 4. Those are rabbits. It says base game, which means that it counts. Means that it's either on Hirschfeld or Layton, and this is a white-tailed jack rabbit, so that's definitely the animal we need. I think the daily challenge is just broken. I think it is. See, there's another one right down there, and I don't know why. That's definitely a picture of a freaking rabbit. That is definitely a picture of a rabbit between 0 and 4. There's just no way, guys. There's just no way. There he is right in front of us, see? That is, in fact, a picture of a rabbit. There's no way that's not a picture of a rabbit. What am I doing? What is going on? It's between 0 and 4. That is absolutely a rabbit. There he is. Let's see. He's going to die. He's going to die. He wants to play games. We'll play games. Freaking jackrabbit. Get it? All right. Yeah, weird. Super weird, guys. Super weird. Is that a white-tailed deer? It is not a rabbit. It's a hare. It's a white-tailed jackrabbit. Thank you very much. It's not a white-tailed jack hare. Wouldn't that be funny if that did count as a hare instead of a rabbit with the name rabbit in it? And the Hirschfeld only has European hares on it, I think. All right, guys, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. My OCD can't accept that it's not working completely and totally properly. Let's see here. We probably got to restart the game for it to work, and I'm not worried about that. So, white-tailed deer, gold. We need 3 gold white-tailed deer, and then we're gonna get a tint. Let's see here. White-tailed deer. Where are they sleeping at this time? Just right next to us. Okay. Looks like it's mostly blacktail over here in this more southeastern area. So let's go ahead and white-tailed deer, white-tailed deer. 0 to 4. So we do have a zone right here. We're going to head that way, assuming that the wind will cooperate. It's kind of shifting in a way that's not so cooperative, but that's all right, though. That's perfectly fine. God dang, them white-tailed jack hares are elusive creatures, I tell you what. It's the elusive white-tailed jack hare. I used to, when I was hunting with my brother-in-law in real life, I used to make up these ridiculous animals. Be like, oh, that's the elusive, green-tipped Eurasian white-tailed, something or other. I don't know. I'd make up these, and I tell these ridiculous stories about it too. Freaking be out there in the woods just making up stupid stuff, laughing our butts off. Sometimes you come up with the funniest stuff when you're just bored to death. I'm hoping maybe it was just that one white-tailed jackrabbit group that was just not really working. But something was weird because Hank was searching for small game that whole time with them all around us, and he walked right next to them, couldn't find it. Maybe this one will take a picture. Come on now. Come on now. Nope. Well, you're going to die anyway. Can we get a twofer? A twofer! Let's go. We'll take it. And how much pressure have we added? Mid. You're lucky you get to live, my friend. You might die. You might die. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have enough time to get over there with the wind because we're really going to have to pinwheel quite a bit with this wind. Yeah, we will. We'll have time. White, okay, here we go. All right. I'm going to switch to heat. Let me get this going. I don't know that there will be a gold one here, but we will find out. This should be good enough to start our approach. More than good enough. I like to be a little extra safe on my wind angles. We need 3 gold whitetails. There are some better areas, though, for whitetails. So if this doesn't pan out, we're just going to not change the time if we can. But if it does give us too hard of a time finding golds specifically, then we are absolutely going to be setting up an ambush and doing some ambush hunting from some hunting stands. Probably somewhere on the more southwest end, if I remember correctly. But I could be completely mistaken on that. But they're... ooh, here we go. There is a mission that I still have yet to do involving killing whitetail too, so I might very well go for that. We could do some of the missions too while we're here. Some of the missions get to be pretty challenging, guys. I don't know how many you've done, but so let's see here. Yeah, a whitetail from at least 200 meters away. In this region right here, the trick to doing it in this region right here is that there's not very much visibility from anywhere for about 200. The whitetail in this area, if I remember correctly, they're really more up in this area where it's more wooded and hilly. And so you can find a whitetail easily up there, but finding a whitetail that you can get a 200-meter shot on up there is a bit of a task. Or at least has been for me. That could be a very easy challenge for other people that I'm just personally kind of struggling with a little bit. But for me, it's definitely proven to be a little bit of a task getting in front of one that's that far away. Got a black bear mating call somewhere south of us. We do have some medium game right in front of us somewhere because Hank is already approaching. So let's see. I'm thinking we're going to use the Marati. I prefer the Marati. We got the hard-nosed cast bullet ready to go. I'm going to get my polymer tip already switched over on this so I don't forget about that later. But that's not at all what we need for this map at the moment. We got a great wind. We're still a little bit closer than what we probably want to be for him already sneaking on them, but that's okay. He does search medium distances for them, so it's not super, super close. They're definitely aware of our presence, though, with how fast we were moving. They might be calm by the time we see him, but they're definitely aware of our presence with how we were approaching, and he's already sneaking up on them. So we're looking for gold. Gold, once again, let me check here on my comprehensive list. Whitetail deer gold starts at 193.79. So we're looking for at least a 200 rated deer 3 times. Yep, that might actually be a gold, that right there. He might be. We just have to make sure we don't tick him off too much before we get the shot off. And I'm thinking this rock is going to give us exactly the angle we're looking for. Thank you, Hank, for being awesome enough. Let's see what we got. 240 to 281, guys. That's a potentially diamond whitetail. That is a potentially diamond whitetail right in front of us. He's not looking diamond to me. He's looking good, but not diamond. But we're going to find out for sure. Let me get this sighted in for 50 and we'll figure it out. That is bull crap. That is bull crap. That was far enough away from the tree. Okay, I was going to say, oh my gosh. I 1000% thought that he was still standing. Let's see what we got here, guys. Did we get our PB? Did we get a PB whitetail right here? He's not diamond either way. We haven't gotten a diamond whitetail yet because we haven't done a whole lot of serious whitetail hunting. But he very well might be a PB even without it. We're not gonna pass up on him. Our best whitetail deer is actually only 235. That's 1000% a PB either way. He's a minimum of a PB. So let's see what we got. Diamonds, guys! Let's go, guys! That's our first ever diamond whitetail. That is our first ever diamond whitetail. Let's go! Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm writing that down. That is amazing. What is today's date, y'all? What is it? The 25th, guys. Let's go. Our first ever diamond whitetail. Holy Toledo. That is awesome. Oh my gosh. 255.57. He's a decent whitetail, guys. What did I say diamond started at? It started at, let's see here. Diamond starts at 255.09. He barely made diamond, but nonetheless, 255.09. He's 255.57 by the hair of his chinny chin chin. You know? All right, let's see here. First diamond. That's crazy, guys. All right. All right. We are going to taxidermize them. I don't care what it costs. We're going to do it. We got a diamond whitetail. I am super happy about it. Super happy about it. I know that's probably not the most rare animal to get a diamond of, and I can't believe he's so low of a diamond, but nonetheless, he is a diamond. So I will not complain about it one bit. Whitetail deer. 255.57. That's what he was, right? Let me write that down. 255.57. All right, guys, that is awesome. Did anybody, please tell me somebody saw that, right? Did somebody see that? Oh my gosh, guys, we just got our first ever diamond whitetail. Like I said, we've never really hunted whitetail for any sort of seriousness. Like, we've never really seriously gone after those. Let's see here, 0 to 4. Let's find some more whitetail that are resting at 0 to 4. Obviously, these are all going to be mallard on the lake, but if I remember right, they rest more up here at night quite a bit, you know, in like the south central area. Whitetail deer. Yep, there's some whitetail deer right there. Whitetail deer right there. Whitetail deer right there. So all right, that's our next zone right there. We are close enough to just go ahead and start approaching that. I really don't want to go over here and approach it. I'm just going to start hoofing my way up there. So we'll take the railroad, we'll follow the railroad, and then get on that trail. So let's get on that railroad and head west. It might be better just to run straight to it, actually. I don't know. I'm not sure how much time the railroad will save us. We're stuck. There we go. Can't believe he was by less than a point. By less than a point, we got that guy. Let's go. Oh man, we got a northeastern wind now, so it very well might be worth it to go ahead and travel. We'll go ahead and travel over here because I'm pretty confident. Let me check it out. Let me check it out. Come on, let me check it out. I checked it plenty in time. I'm thinking we are absolutely going to go over here because that's just going to be the perfect angle. See how perfect that angle is? 400 meters. Absolutely perfectly downwind. All right, I'm gonna hop off and get some rest for work tonight. You have a good stream. Thank you, Coop, for hanging out with us, man. Get yourself some good shut-eye, bro, chacho. Get yourself some good old rest. You can be ticked all you want. We're not after you. We're not after you, lady. Okay, not the best sign. Okay, I was gonna say, not the best sign, but they're still here. Yeah, not looking like we're gonna find the ones we're after, because I think she's the last one here, but I could be wrong. Oh, nope. If I had my bow, which I'd be smart to have it, I forgot to take it, I would call them in and 1000%. One 1000% would just take them all out so I don't have to worry about it later. But she is coming right in. I'm not seeing any male. I think it's just the two females. So we're just gonna take their lives. We're just gonna kill them, get a male in the next one. I do prefer that the fox bang feature be turned on. I don't know how it got turned off. Get turned on each time. Okay, let's see here. Where be another white-tailed deer? So they are, in fact, resting right now. I don't know what they're doing from 4 a.m. to 8. I think they're eating. You know, if it wasn't the absolute worst possible wind, which it is, then, you know, that would be a great one to go to. Could not possibly be worse of a wind, but that's a good one. This might be too close, though. That's 0.55. That's 0.78. Yeah, that might spook them if we fast travel to that one. Ugh. You know what? We might as well just go ahead and make the time switch. So let's figure out where the white-tailed deer on the Layton are. There we go. All right, guys, let's see here. So we need to set the time. Yeah, about 9:20 a.m. We need to set the time about 9:20 a.m. They're pretty much all over, like, the central part of the map with the river that cuts through, and then various lakes throughout the southwest, eastern, you know, like central eastern and northeastern part of the map, depending on where they're at. So basically, they are all from here. They're at this lake, and then they go here all the way through the entire, you know, river type area. And then they also are at the southwest lake. So the southwestern lake, the northeastern lake, not this one next to it, but then they're also at these lakes around here, not at this big one, not at actual, you know, that's not Layton Lake. This is, where's Layton Lake? There's an actual lake called Layton Lake, and I can't find the name of it on here somewhere. But anyway, that might have been it. That might be it right there. They're not really over here. But they are at these little tiny lakes all around. Not this one, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, these, not this tiny one either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So boom to here. This little group right here. The whole river basically. Then this big old sucker right here in this middle portion of Belmont Lake. That is it. That is where all their drink zones are. And so we're going to set it for 9:20 in the morning and see where we need to go from there. Come here, Hank, you ever so discontent little turd. All right, let's see here. How we doing? All right, guys. 9:20 in the morning it is, and then we just got to go find ourselves some gold. Gold white-tailed deer. We got a good first start with it, that's for sure, with that diamond that we started with. So let's see where we're at. They are, in fact, like I said, up through this middle portion right here. So we got a little bit of a northwest wind. It's like a northwest wind. So that actually is going to be a pretty good approach. We can go over here and check that out. This whole river on both sides all the way through is going to be a good spot for it as well. And like I said, this big lake right here. So let's see where we want to go first. I want good visibility, so we might head this way. They're not going to be visible at that distance yet. Would be nice if the rendering distance was, I mean, you can see all the way out to a kilometer. So I'm not saying you should be able to render them at a kilometer, but I mean, pretty close. Like 800 would be nice. 800 would be very nice. So let's see here. What is gold? I know what diamond is now. I remember that. It was 255. But what was gold? It was in 193. 193. That's what it is. So we need to find... See the directions. Nope. Never mind. Blacktail. Oh, no, that is a whitetail. He's definitely not what we're looking for, though. I'm just going to pass up on him. I don't really care about him too much. I'm looking for a way bigger deer than him. This app is useless. What in the world is the point of an app? The only function of it is to just tell you the animals that are on the map. You can't write down where they're at? What? This is wild, guys. So for Call of the Wild Life, which is the PC app companion for the video game, you can download it for free, and then there's a big message at the front, a real preachy message at the front that says, "This app is free because I believe no one likes ads disrupting the experience. If you like the app and want to support the project, you can contribute with it. A donation, any amount makes a difference and helps the development stay active, helps keep the development active." And then it prompts you. This is the opening page you see when you download this app. Then it prompts you multiple choices of how you want to donate. It doesn't really give you an obvious way out of it other than going up to the menu to find some different menu to go to. But if you try to go to the reserves and use the reserves, if you try to go to like Leighton Lake and click on it and use it, and you want to look at the animals on Leighton Lake, you can't actually click on any of them to do anything with any of them. There's just a description of the map, a picture of the map with no functionality, and then a list of animals that says, there's a list of animals that says 1 mallard, 1 medium turkey, 1 white-tailed jackrabbit, 2 coyote, 4 black-tailed deer, 4 white-tailed deer, 7 Roosevelt elk, 7 black bear, and 8 moose. So there's just a list of the animals by their class and name, and there's no option to be able to click on them, to be able to do anything with them. They're boasting about their freeness. It's free because nobody should have to pay for it, but they won't let you use any features at all, none at all, that you can actually use without a donation from PayPal. That's a wild way to boast about your freeness. Okay, unless there's something I'm missing about it. There could be something I'm missing about it. But so far, there's no obvious way to actually click on any of the animals. I can't find out what their trophy ratings are, what their strengths and weaknesses are. Nothing. I can't take note of where they spawn or when they, like, where they drink and where they eat. I can't record where I've seen them at. Nothing. I can't do nothing. Wow, you're telling me you have to actually... You're telling me you actually have to donate to them via PayPal to be able to use their app? Or do you donate to them via PayPal and get nothing for it? Is that another thing? 363. Let's see what that guy is. Let's see what that guy is. So Roosevelt Oak, 380 is diamond, but he's a good gold. He's a good gold. Let's see here. Is there no functionality to this app at all? Wow. So you can look up grinds and everything on here, but you can't actually... You can't actually do anything on here. This app is completely useless. Tutorials. Okay, maybe. Okay, so you can click on it. You can search for a tutorial to find a YouTube video on it that somebody else made. They want you to pay them money for an app that directs you to someone else's YouTube video that they likely don't have permission to use. That's wild, guys. Come on, developers of Call of the Wild Life. Make your interface more user friendly, or make it more able to be used without a donation, whichever one it is. Because I can't figure out how to even use this app. I can't figure out a single function of this app. I can see very clearly and easily how to donate. There's a link to donate with Wise and a link to donate with PayPal. And I go to menu, and I click on reserves, and I click on Leighton Lake, and all it has is a list of the animals. When it was released, it says content base game, release date of when the map was released, location Canada, and then it has the animals, description, and map. But there's no option to actually look and see where any animals spawn from. I can't click on the animals and see descriptions of them, or do they have excellent smell? Do they have poor eyesight? Nothing. Just nothing. It's literally a list of 9 animals with no descriptions of them whatsoever. There's a list of 9 animals with absolutely no descriptions of them. That's the functionality of the map section, the reserve section. If I do click, you can click on, wow. So you can check out fur types. That's really cool. That's nice, but none of it really helps me to actually hunt any of it. You can check out when they're feeding and when they're resting, but you can't see their locations of when they're feeding or resting. So now you absolutely can look at the details of each animal if you go to the animal section. That's actually pretty handy. But there's no benefit to that if you can't tell where to go get them. That's wild. Okay, so it's not as bad as I thought. It's just not very exhaustive. It's not really exhaustive at all. In a way that's like conducive to like actually helping you in the middle of a hunt. Seeing a picture of Layton Lake with no ability to tell where the whitetail jackrabbit are or where the whitetail deer are is not a very. It doesn't take very much effort to list out the animals on a map and just show a blank picture of the map with no outposts, no animals, no nothing. That's wild. That is absolutely wild. I know it seems like I'm being super complaining about this, but I hate it. I hate money grabs. I hate money grabs. You know, earn your money. You know, don't just sit there and try to, I don't want to say beg for it, but yeah, don't sit there and just try to beg for it. You know, really try to earn stuff. Like if I'm sitting there debating making this little like PDF online book, you know, and my thing about that is if I do that, I'm 1000% going to put maximum effort into it or I won't release it. Because all it boils down to is just maximum effort or no release. It's going to say every single detail that you could possibly want to know for playing the game, not for nostalgia, not for nothing, but for playing the game. So here, let's get this guy real quick. He's going to go down for sure. Already down. But enough of that. I was just hugely disappointed that my screen immediately popped up trying to ask for my money. And then immediately had no real use. It's actually really good, though. I'm not going to lie. So, like, certain parts of it. So, the animals section is pretty informative. The thing that they're completely lackluster on is the ability to actually like track where animals are on the maps or do really anything on the map that you should or be able to do to be able to use it. I don't mean that in like a super salty way. I just hate when somebody starts asking for money right away for a very poor product. I do love when someone's like, hey, this is free, no ads, no nothing, but please donate. I love that, but I hate when you do that in a in-your-face type of way for something that doesn't really have a whole lot of effort put into it. Yeah. All right, so I will say some of it's nice. Some of it's nice, some of it's not so nice. It does have a list of fur types and their rarity. That's pretty cool. I do enjoy that part. I'm probably going to have to get a second monitor to really be able to enjoy using this app, though. I'll definitely say that. Definitely going to have to get a second monitor to enjoy using that app. But yeah, guys, I just get fired right up when I see a money grab. I hate seeing a money grab. I personally could use like an AI system to develop a better app than that. Which I know is not really fair to say because AI is kind of a controversial thing, but still, let's see here. What is my actual best? That's not a PB. There's not at all a PB, but we're going to look and see for the fun of it. Roosevelt elk 323.84. So we have not got a diamond. We have not got a diamond Roosevelt elk. Let's see here. All right. We're just going to take the money for that guy. All righty. So when are they drinking? When are the whitetail done drinking? We need to figure that out. They're done drinking at noon. So we might want to get a move on. I might want to stop yapping and grapping and itching and moaning and just get a move on. Let's get that going. That's wild. You guys tell me, do you see any better apps out there or better apps at all for playing Call of the Wild as a companion app? We might use one on our cell phone instead of putting one up on the PC. That way we save a monitor and get some better quality. That might be a good option. Let's see here. All right. So somewhere up in this direction is kind of the direction we want to move. But I'm not... Let's see here. We got some mallard over there. Definitely got more of a west wind now than what we started with. Oh, he a tiny guy. He's a better one. I'm not really seeing... I'm probably just going to leave them be, I'll be completely honest, because I'm not after elk right now. It'll help me more to go after what I'm after and spot and scout other things and then just shoot everything in front of me that looks like it might give me $1,000. All right, let's see here. We're definitely going to be getting this challenge done today. There's no way we're not going to get 12 grand today. The pheasant, you know, I don't really care as much about. Just making sure that there's nothing here that's medium. We don't care about the Roosevelt elk. They're large game. We're not after them. We don't need $800 to $1,100 right now as much as we need 12,000. So we're definitely more in the mood for some white-tailed deer. Yeah, keep giving us your warning calls. Got some black-tailed deer over here. Yeah, we do have some medium game somewhere. He's on it. All right, if we do have some white-tailed deer right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call them in. I'm probably going to mostly switch this to whitetail. You know, I want to make sure that I know that I'm getting what I want, but I want to dial in what he is after. So if he's after somehow like a coyote or a black-tailed deer, more likely a black-tailed deer. But if he's after one of those, then, you know, I want to know that. So that's why I was calling him in at first, but really honestly, even if I call him in, I'm still not going to want to shoot him. So there's not much of a benefit to that. I just don't want to wonder if what he's pointing at is going to come in. Black-tailed deer. Okay. That's actually a decent black-tailed deer. It's not super good, but you know, let's see here. We're going to go ahead and call it in, though. We will call it in. Since we know it's not a whitetail, we'll just switch it up to that and, you know, take our shot, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm feeling like there's not any whitetail for a good distance here. They are more in this area like this kind of diagonal, southeast to northwest chunk of it, but I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing any. We've made our way all the way up to this point, so it's really not looking great. Yeah, we've made our way all the way up past where a bunch of them should be on the southeast end of it. And this right here is beyond a couple hundred meters. So we're not going to spook anything over there if we take this shot. And any whitetail that are in the area short of that other little, I don't want to call it coast, obviously, but, edge of the lake, oh, hey, look at that. She's going to bust us for sure. She's just going to walk right up until she busts us. But we don't want her. We don't want him either. I tell you what, we actually probably will take one of the females, because usually whenever I'm not shooting something that's a trophy, I'm just going to take out something that's not in any way, shape, or form going to hurt me later. And I'd much rather... He is potentially a little better. He's not very good. He's okay. He's a little better, 154. But I'm really mostly interested in just getting rid of one of these ones that I'm not going to want. So... looking like this lake down here is going to be much more. Where is it? Okay. I think it's this one right here. Looking like that's going to be much more of what we're looking for. We triple check. Yep, that's it. That's the lake. So we're going to reset the time, check out that lake. Then we got this one and this one. Not this one right here, but this one. All the ones surrounding this one right here on these three sides are going to be good potential deer zones. So let's see, whitetail deer zones. So let's see what we can find. They're drinking till noon, so we might actually be able to pop over here and just go over there anyway. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, we're gonna pop over here real quick. We don't got a bad wind for this at all, so we have just enough time to come over this way and see what we can find for some whitetail deer. We're looking for anything above 193, so we're looking for like anything rated 200 or 195 and above is preferably what we need. We need 2 more of them, and we'll get our weekly challenge done and probably wrap things up for the stream because I've been on for a minute now and definitely need to be watching it for my wrist's sake. My neck is, my neck's doing what my neck usually does. It's not the worst it's ever been. It's not that great either, but I can't keep pushing the wrists too far or we'll have a permanent issue on our hands with that. Thankfully, this game, I can do a lot of this right here where I'm just traveling without any sort of use of my hands at all. So it makes this one a little bit better, but still, we don't want to push it too much. Got a nice little shift in wind direction, a little bit of a disfavorable one. It's not going to give us a particularly bad wind, but it's not the direction we wanted to shift out of the 2 directions it could. I am having some flickering going on, guys. Got some high winds going on outside, so if anything cuts off all of a sudden, it's because my internet went down. Most likely not going to happen, but just want to make sure. Just want to make sure. Just in case anything was to happen. Now, we got until about 15 after for them to actually leave their drinking zone, but that's not a lot of time. 45, that's like 10 minutes. It's about 10 or 11 minutes of real time to get one taken down, which is plenty of time, but not enough to just dilly-dally and waste a whole lot either. Got a nice bear right there. I could have sworn I saw a bear over there. Think I'm crazy. Yeah, it was a shadow. It looked just like a bear. All right, so let's get him on some medium game. He's going to find him. They're definitely still here. There definitely should be at least one deer drinking here. All right, never mind. Not a single deer at this entire lake. It is, in fact, their drinking time. There's not an animal here at all. We can mark that off the list. They can and do spawn up here, guys. So to not have one single one, that's, you know, I mean, that's a bit unlucky. That's all right, though. We can deal with it. Other animals at other times, right? So let's see where the next spot is that we want to go. So we do have the one south and we have the one northwest. We're obviously going to go to the one northwest if we can, but we're going to have to haul booty over there. That's a whole kilometer away. And we have like 2 minutes of actual time to get there if we want to be able to set up and take a shot before they're gone. If we get there within the next, 4 minutes, not quite 5, if we get there in the next like 3 or 4 minutes, we can call them to us. Trying to make the most of the time we got. We're likely going to make it just in time to set down a call and call them in. But there's a strong chance we're going to be way too late. Not too worried about some elk. He might not just be some elk. He might be a good one, but we are more concerned. We're just going to keep running past him, leave him where he's at. Okay. All right. Animal spooked. Guys, looking like the river is going to be where all of our whitetail are, which is good, actually. That means next time we reset the time, if we choose to do drinking zones, we might just hunt them during the daylight right now, the way it is, instead of keeping on with just the drinking stuff. It's really good to do that, but, you know, I'm also tempted to wrap things up pretty quickly here, so... So while we're hoofing it, let's check out what are the whitetail up to here? What are the whitetail up to here? So they're sleeping, they're resting at this time, and I think they're kind of all spread out when they're sleeping. That's a good zone for them. Yeah, I think they're just kind of all over the place when they're sleeping. So what we might end up doing is we might just end up looking for rest zones where we already are. Okay, that might be an option. I think we're going to go over here to our tent, travel up north. We've got multiple deer resting zones are right up there at about that time. So by the time we walk up there, we should have a shot at a couple of them. Hopefully grab ourselves a gold or two and then be done. Grab a tent and then wrap things up and be back later for part 2 of Thumbstick Thursday. Actually, this might be a perfect opportunity to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I think we have we don't have the best wind for it per se, but we don't have a bad one either. We have a little bit of a west wind, kind of a northwest wind, so we can absolutely go over here and get a white-tailed deer from beyond 200, and you know, call that a day. If this is a conifer, it's not. I was going to say, if this is a conifer tripod, we'll probably just take this back. It's not, I don't think that's conifer. I think that is, it won't say on there. Let's go here and see. Nope, just says tripod stand. Let's go over here, see if we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. This is a perfect time and opportunity and angle on them. So if we can get over here and get set up, I think we'll be glad we did. We got 1 last spray. They do have good smell. That's the only thing they really got going for them. So they're not very difficult animals, but their one strength is excellent smell. But their overall difficulty is easy. This will be a wonderful opportunity if we can be very, very, very sneaky or very quick about it. Then we can absolutely get a call placed at about 250 from us. shoot them within this range, because this is right on the edge of where we have to shoot them. So if we could place the call actually somewhere around right here and then shoot them from north, south, or east, that would be so beneficial, because this is it's actually a somewhat challenging. That's the whitetail deer. That's the whitetail deer that are coming to this zone. So we're probably going to reset the time so we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but hey, it'll be worth it. Let me find a spot. We know where they're at. Let me find a spot where I can get a 200-meter view on them. If we see one right now, I'll still take them out no matter what, because we have multiple that we have to get. But I'm not. We are under tornado watch. Thank you, Mrs. Mecca. Okay, be safe. Do we need to go ahead and pack up, you think? Do we need to hop off and get ready? We'll just take a moose out real quick, guys, and then we're probably going to wrap things up. I really don't want to take a chance on a nader. That should 1000% be a downed moose. That should 1000% have been. Wait, did I leave the soft point on? I did. Gosh, dang it. That's what it was. Oh, my goodness gracious. I left the soft point on. That's what it was. All right, guys, we are having some extreme weather, so we are going to have to wrap things up right here. I will be back on for part 2 later today. More than likely going to be playing some Hunt Showdown, or I don't know, probably something a little bit different. We'll be back on Call of the Wild another time this week, probably Saturday or Sunday, something like that. Well, maybe Saturday before we go out, before we do our giveaways. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. We're going to go ahead and take some precautions just to be safe, because we have the kids. And I will catch you guys on here in just a little under 4 hours. So until then, you guys enjoy the rest of your Thumbstick Thursday, and I'll see you guys here in a while.
Mechanic.